Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? All right. I know this is later than I normally upload, but we had problems with our internet. Open Infra, whatever that is, we're canceling it. We're going back to Spectrum because this Infra, whatever the hell this is, internet, they have outages for like 18 hours at a time, and I can't have that. It's just, it's just, whatever, flip it, you know what I mean? So we have a lot to talk about. Okay, I'm going to try and get 2 videos out to you today, but so the first thing that we're going to talk about is the things that are happening, starting with Lahaina, to Western North Carolina, to even Florida, okay, with Milton, with Helene, now with LA. Now there's something going on in New York City, okay. These, in my opinion, are crimes against humanity, okay. And these videos that I have dug up is pretty much explains everything that you guys need to know, okay? This first one. This American is comparing the media, like MSM, okay? Not like content creators, because in my opinion, content creators like me, like Jason, like Pinball, like us, okay, we are considered the media now, okay, because we tell the truth. We don't beat around the bush and try and draw you in with BS and this, that, and the other. We're going to tell you like it is. We don't have to cut through red tape and everything else. Okay, we're just going to say what we have to say, and that's that. Right on? So this guy's comparing MSM and establishment response of what's going on in Hollywood and LA to what also happened to with Helene in Western North Carolina. Okay, so take a listen to what he's got to say.
Tell you what, Hollywood and Los Angeles, California, they're getting so much airtime on the news. You got reporters actually crying. That's how bad it is. But remember a little town called Asheville, North Carolina? Do we remember that? My favorite is watching Harrison Ford, a multi-billionaire, get into his car and act like he's sad that his mansion's burning down so he can drive in his Mercedes-Benz to his next property. Or the fact in a week we're probably going to see all kinds of promos from these celebrities asking for us to help them. But the real juicy story mainstream media is never going to tell you about is that homeowners in California lost their fire insurance 2 months prior to all this bullshit that's happening right now. Kind of like in the mountains of North Carolina where nobody had flood coverage. Once in a lifetime event from the Bible times happens. You see what's going on here? It's kind of like a plan.
Now this next one. I realize that the president has the right to use discretion. But when it comes to victims of natural disasters, okay, don't pick and choose, okay, because when there's victims are victims, and that's that. Okay, don't choose your friends over everyone else. And that's exactly what's happening here. He is totally forgetting about Western North Carolina. He's forgetting about the victims of Milton and Helene. And he's going right for, well, we're going to pay for everybody and everything that's going on in LA for the next, I think it's like 6 months. Yeah.
Today is January 10th, 2025. I'm going to start this video out by saying that we're praying for California. We've had several people make the trip across coast to come volunteer here with us with Valley Strong Disaster Relief. I'll be the very first to admit that before September 27th, I would see a natural disaster and I would think, oh, that sucks. Then I would go on about my life. That's because I'd never been affected by it. My mindset has completely changed since Hurricane Helene, and I'll spend the rest of my life being involved in some sort of storm relief and trying to pay back the hearts of the volunteers and to help the victims. This morning I saw a post made by the leader of the free world. He said that he was announcing that the federal government would cover 100% of the cost of measures to protect the lives and property in Southern California for the next 6 months. He told the governor and officials to spare no expense and do whatever they need to contain the fires and protect families. I hope that happens. I wouldn't wish what happened here on anybody, not even my worst enemy. What about Appalachia? We are 105 days in since one of the most devastating storms known to mankind. We are still supplying our own campers and shelters while paying mortgages on piles of rubble. We are still running our own supply hubs with phase 1 items to many people that lost everything, including their homes and their jobs. We still have bridges out. Only 4% of the debris has been picked up. You heard that right, 4%. Many businesses are bankrupt with insurance denying their claim. We have a polar vortex slamming western North Carolina while people are going through 10 gallons of propane a night, wondering where they're going to get their next tank. Every single thing that we the people have done for relief efforts so far has been nothing but a mere band-aid to stabilize our communities until proper help arrives. So with all that being said, I hope LA does get fixed. In the meantime, we'll be right here fighting for each other. But when you're done there, don't forget about the backbone of America. Don't forget about Appalachia. Our taxes are paid too.
So this next video, because you know, we haven't heard anything about those drones anymore, have we? Mm-mm. And so this next video, someone pointed out that they think that there could be drone wars going on. And what you're going to hear in this video is like a series of boom, 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 booms. And it goes on for like 30 seconds or more or whatever. And not for nothing, but we hear the same things here. And it's not fireworks. And it's definitely not firepower, if you know what I mean, like arms and whatnot. And because the other night, Sean and I were laying in bed, and Sean had his headphones in because he was watching a movie on his tablet. And he sat up and he goes, "What the hell was that?" And I said, "You heard that too, right?" And it was literally for like 30 seconds, and then it stopped for like 2 minutes. And then 30 seconds, and then it stopped for like 2 minutes. And then 30 seconds, and then it stopped for like 2 minutes. And it sounded like we were in like a war zone, like a movie war zone. It was very, very strange. And he said, were they gunshots? And I said, I don't think so. So it's very strange. So take a listen and tell me if you've ever heard anything like this since the drone stuff has started.
What? What? What in the world? That was 30 seconds of, like, explosions.
So, you know how they've tried to put the kibosh on those of us that spoke about Lahaina, Helene, Milton, and this, that, and the other. Well, now we feel like they're going to start to try to stop us from speaking on what the fires in LA. And in this video, this woman explains in detail why she thinks, and I agree with her, because from somebody who constantly gets in trouble because of her mouth, yeah, I think so too.
Does it frustrate anybody else that we're not allowed to talk about what's really going on in our world? We're not allowed to talk about what's actually unfolding behind closed doors. We can't talk about Maui. We can't talk about North Carolina, and soon we won't be able to talk about LA. We're not supposed to know about the flood insurance that was canceled before North Carolina, and we're not supposed to know about the fire insurance that was canceled before LA. We can't talk about the color blue, and we definitely can't talk about the cities that are coming. We are not allowed to talk about what is really going on in our world. We can't talk about the shipping containers. We can't talk about why celebrities always look so young. We can't talk about what happens in the tunnels, and we definitely can't talk about what happens every single day beneath our feet. We can't talk about what is really going on in our world. Our world is not as it seems. Everybody that you see that you look up to, our politicians, our celebrities, Hollywood, is not as it seems. Evil is running this world, and it is soon coming to a head, and fate will step out onto center stage. The beast system is getting set up right in front of our eyes, and we are not allowed to talk.
So, in the beginning of my video, I had said something about New York City, right? Well, a 5 alarm fire engulfed a 6-story Bronx apartment building, injuring 7, including 5 firemen. Nearly 200 FDNY members battled the inferno at 2910 Wallace Avenue, with flames that were fueled by heavy winds that were elevated the fire's severity. And one civilian actually declined hospital treatment while the cause remains under investigation. Yeah. Um, I don't think that Jason, the angry prepper, was there because I still think that he is on his leave of absence due to his son's loss of life. So, and plus, I don't think he's in the Bronx. I think he's in Queens. So, I don't know if his firehouse would have responded anyway. So, this guy here nails it. And I mean nails it. Be prepared for colorful language. Okay? So, please don't get offended. But if you're Gen X, you're not going to get offended anyway.
Now you got these news anchors calling for Ron DeSantis and the other Republican governors to go out to California with their resources and go help them out and show them how it's done. Why didn't you do that for North Carolina? Why didn't you do that for Maui? You didn't, right? Because the people in North Carolina are still sleeping in tents in the freezing cold. And the people in Maui got $750. Then you had Oprah and The Rock calling out for us to make donations. They got more money than fucking God knows what. I'm not understanding this logic. Well, it's because it's LA, I forgot. So all the DEI hires, they can't do their job, right? Is that what you're saying? All those DEI hires can't do their job? No kidding. Get the fuck out of here with this fucking, I fucking had enough. I had enough.
And before I go, listen to this because it's going to infuriate you. Yeah. Ciao.
For all you bureaucrats in D.C. right now, I want you to listen to me when I say this. Hell hath no fury than a woman scorned, okay? 4 months. 4 freaking months that the people of Tennessee and North Carolina have been fighting to get back up on their feet. They have lost loved ones. They have lost every freaking thing. People are still passing away. They're living in tents in the freezing cold snow. 4 months we've been wanted to do is deny. You didn't even show up. There was no media coverage. You threatened to throw us in jail. It's been red tape after red tape after freaking red tape. And right now, I want to tell you how to go to hell 17 different ways from Sunday. I want to cuss you the hell out, but I'm not going to. Because I'm going to be a bigger person and a better person. And I'm going to take every bit of this freaking anger and I'm going to turn it and I'm going to dig my heels so deep into this for my people. You don't know what you just freaking started.